Everyone, we are here in Level Cross. We are actually in the house that Richard Petty was born in, and we are joined by the King himself and also his daughter Rebecca, who is the executive director of the Petty Family Foundation, which is why we're here, because it's the whole boots and blue jeans. And tell us a little bit about why you guys raise money for the community.
Well, we just feel so fortunate for everything we've got to do that we want to give back to the community and help people. You know, like we say, help those that help others. All
right, I'm going to be all about racing now. Are you ready?
Okay, we're going to go racing.
We're going to go racing right now. Okay, so who else would we talk to but you when we're talking about Wilkesboro, right? You got 15 wins at Wilkesboro.
Yeah, that was a good track for us for sure.
It treated you really good.
It really did. Of course, we had some bad luck. Probably should have won some more races and probably should have lost some of the ones we won. So overall, it balanced out real good.
All right, so that one was a really good track for you, but I'm wondering if there were other tracks that you thought were more fun or more challenging?
It was a challenging track. It was fortunate. We went to Martinsville, won 15 races there. I think we went to Richmond, I think we won 15 races there. But it didn't make a whole lot of difference. Short tracks was really one of our strong suits. And Dale Inman, our crew chief, he really knew how to set the car up, and we had a lot of good fortune. And he figured the race is good, and we was able to outrun them most of the time anyway.
Well, speaking of the car, the 43, so that is your car, but it was always not, of course, one car. You kept making the cars better, faster.
Every year we got a new car, different. As the factories came out with the next model car, then we started the year with a new car. And so that was a challenge to us, but the big deal was everybody else was doing the same thing, so we felt like we was as good as they were.
You hear some racers say that certain cars make them feel like it's part of their own body, like it's their favorite car. Did you have a year like that?
Every one I got in was a favorite, okay? And yeah, the driver has to connect to the car to connect to the driver. It has to be one thing. And, the driver can't fight the car can't fight the driver. So the big deal is getting the car comfortable enough for the driver to say, okay, I'm in control of the car instead of the car being in control of me.
I know before all the regulations and things, you guys could do all kinds of antics to the car to make it run better or faster. And I heard about a story about where there was an engine like fuel pipe out the back that would maybe slow down the people that were behind you.
I think somewhere in the early 60s, 70s somewhere, at Daytona, they ran the pipes all the way out the back, and that kept the cars from the back from drafting close, because if you got up close to the car, that exhaust would come out, go in the radiators, and their cars would heat up. So I think they let them run them for a couple of races and kind of outlawed those.
Because some of those were pretty sneaky. All right, I want to talk about some advice. Some of the best advice you got and some of the best advice you're giving.
I don't give advice. Because it's hard to give advice because you don't know all the circumstances on 2 or 3 times either side of the problem. Okay, so I can't advise you on how you live or anything you do because I don't know about you and I don't know about the other people either. But the advice that I think my dad gave me when I first started running, he said, look, I don't care if you run slow every lap. If you run fast, you better run fast every lap. So he just wanted us to be consistent.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, and speaking of consistency, Wilkesboro has kind of stood the test of time. It's not on the circuit all the time anymore, but at least it's something that's coming back in.
Well, now that it's coming back, I think it gives the new fans a chance to look at how NASCAR developed over 75 years. And because that was one of the first tracks that NASCAR had in 1949. And in fact, it was dirt to begin with. My dad won a couple of dirt track races, then they asphalted the track. I never run the dirt. And it was kind of a deal that the people now can look back and say, those people used to run tracks that looked like that. Most of the time, when people look at NASCAR, they look at a 1.5 mile track, great big, bunch of room and all that. But when you go to a place like Wilkesboro or Bowman Gray or something like that, then that makes the people that don't know that much about NASCAR realize how much NASCAR has changed.
Mm-hmm. One thing that will stay the same is no one's breaking your records.
Well, not yet anyway. But the big deal is when somebody breaks my record or a record I do, I was the first one to be there. So I always look at that part.
He was the first one to be there, and we got to be here with him tonight.